Okay, I think we're live. Good morning. Hello. It was funny. As soon as I hit go live, there was some kind of weird, like trying to reconnect, bad connection kind of a thing. So I think we're okay, right? As soon as you get on, say hello and let me know you're here so I can make sure that we're good to go. Now I'm like worried, but it says live. So I think we're good. I think we're good. So how is everybody? I think I talk about the weather every single time I'm on here, but so we have survived a long week or more of like super serious hot weather, and something happened last night. It was like, I think I went to bed at like 12:30 last night, and it was starting to cool down. So I kind of knew that that was coming, but it was really very pleasant to actually feel that it was happening. So hello, I'm not sure who's on. Isn't this weird? There we go. Hi Sandra, how are you? Oh, I'm so glad to have you joining us as well. I think yeah, it's going to be another beautiful Friday, hopefully for you all as well out in Washington. Let's see what's going on around here. Well, 4th of July, hopefully everybody had a great 4th of July. Kind of weird middle of the week, right? But it was pretty awesome to have like a day off right in the middle of the week, I thought. So let's see, I have a very good friend of mine that has a cottage up in northern Michigan, and so we went out for the day and hung out at the lake and did some boating and like a lot of just floating in the water just to stay cool. So it was one of those really nice, relaxing, but like super hot days. But yeah, it was great. It was good to see friends and kind of hang out and enjoy the day together. So I'm sure lots of people are still kind of out and about. This is kind of a weird, well, not weird, but like great holiday week, right? So yeah, hopefully you're out having some fun, or have been over the last couple of days, or maybe will be coming up today and this weekend. So I think it's going to be a great weekend, hopefully, where everybody is. Hi Paulette, good morning. How are you? So let's see, what else do we have going on? I think we're going to just kind of jump right in, because as always, I always think I have nothing to tell you guys about, and then I look at my list and I'm like, oh my goodness, we got a lot to get you guys caught up on. So I'm excited to share with everybody. So let's go ahead and do our very first drawing for those basic brads that we had. I showed you guys these last week. I'm not even going to pull them out because it's a little, I don't know, it's almost easier, I think, to just see them right in that little container. So they came in like a white, I'm going to say Night of Navy. Oh my gosh, my brain. Where's my brain? Mint macaron and maybe the new Grapefruit Grove. I haven't even checked those, but that's what they look like to me. So anyway, you got your name in the drawing to win the little basic brads. 1 entry for commenting and 3 entries if you share a Facebook Live video, and then just make sure to comment on there too. Hi Rosa, how are you? I'm glad you can join us. That's right, you're off on Fridays. I remember that now. So I'm glad you could hang out with us this morning, almost afternoon. Yeah, I know, I keep saying morning too. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna shake these all around. I've got my little paper pumpkin bag here with all the entries for commenting and sharing. And let's see, let me get one little piece of paper here. Okay, I've got one. And oh my gosh, it goes to Marianne McGinnis, who's normally watching. I don't think she's on here yet, but Marianne, congratulations. You will receive the basic brads. She does a lot of commenting too, ladies. So the more you comment, the better your chances are of winning this drawing. And then if you share, you get the 3 entries in the drawing. So that's, that increases your odds even more. So congratulations, Marianne. I will get those sent out to you. I think I actually owe you from maybe a week or 2 ago also. So Marianne, when you're watching, what I do is, because she also won the next drawing I'll tell you guys about in a sec, for putting in an online order, and I just wait until I get the free embellishments that everybody gets with at least a $50 online order. So I was waiting for those free embellishments to come in to get one big package together and get sent out to Marianne. So I'm going to be adding those basic brads to your package, Marianne, and it will be on its way probably middle of this week, because I think those the free embellishments are going to be to me like midweek. So hi Jerry, good morning, how are you? I'm glad you can join us. So let's see, I want to tell you guys about what we're going to give away this week. So remember, 1 entry into the drawing if you comment, and 3 entries if you share the Facebook Live video anytime between now and next Thursday. Comments and shares. I check this out late Thursday night, so you've got lots of time to do your commenting and sharing. Make sure if you share the video that you make a little comment about it, so you know someone will get really excited and want to watch it too, is the basic idea. So, oh, I didn't realize this. Okay, don't worry, but this container is a little bit smushed. You guys probably can't even tell, so maybe I shouldn't even be saying anything. But I love, okay, can you guys see? I always have to show these little things. The tinted faceted buttons. So I don't know what color. We're going to call this one pink because I don't know the technical colors. And then this one is a smaller, kind of a peachy color, and then there's like a green one too. This is the larger one again. So they come in like, that's the larger size green. And can you tell that's the smaller size green? So do you see all the, oops, shoot, I dropped it. The sparkliness of these things. Can you see it kind of in the light, the faceted buttons? So you get probably, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably 8 of them. So probably 4 small and 4 large in the pink, green, and kind of peachy orange color, I'll say. I'm sure, you know, they're actual Stampin' Up! Colors. I just don't know which ones. So anyway, that is what you will win. Can you guys see in there for commenting and sharing on next week's Facebook Live video? So we'll be doing that drawing next week on Friday. Yay! You know I love to give free stuff away. Actually, I will show you. Can you guys see? This was one of the class to go, the varied bases class to go. But can you see that is an example of how I use that faceted button? I meant to show you guys that too. Can you see? I'm going to get super close, but I'm trying to get you guys to see the kind of sparkle, the kind of the, you know, it's like a diamond. The faceted cut of it makes it like super sparkly in the light. So yeah, so that's what you could win next week. Oh, okay. So seriously, I have to like, I was like, I gotta be able to like show you guys something really fun. Okay, so check this out. Let's see if I can get these all in my hands. Who wants 10 free ink pads? Oh my goodness. Have you guys, I know I told you about this last week, but I was like, I gotta have like an awesome visual here. Let's see. Paulette, what she's saying, Danielle's used the faceted buttons at her June class. Awesome, and they're very pretty. I'm sure whenever you use them, right, in the class or an event, they sell them too because people get to play with them. So, okay, back to my ink pads. I have 5 of the old and 5 of the new, but who wants 10 free ink pads? Oh my goodness, you guys know about the awesome starter kit deal, right? You get 10 free ink pads with the starter kit. Jerry, you want 10 free ink pads? I know. The problem is you're already a demonstrator. You got the last awesome deal during Celebration, which was fabulous also. So this deal, the starter kit deal, it's basically for the whole month of July. But Jerry, you could tell someone else about this and they could buy the starter kit through you, which is awesome because then you'd have a recruit. Okay, so what's the deal? You always get to pick $125 in product and pay only $99 plus sales tax. The shipping fee is waived, which is usually 10% of your order, okay? Plus, then you get to pick a family of ink pads. You don't get to pick like randomly, you know, the colors. So these, all of these that I have in my hand, these are all the subtle ink pads. So there are 5 brand new subtle colors and then 5 like continuing, like existing subtle colors. I don't know. I don't even have all the labels on them. But anyway, so each of these ink pads now in the new format, they're like $7.50 each. So let's do the math, all right? $7.50 times 10 is $75. So you're going to get $75 worth of ink pads, plus you get to pick that other $125, whatever you want, right? So that's $200 in product. Good morning, Nikki. I'm telling about the starter kit. I think you're already a demonstrator, so you could share this opportunity with others and they could join through you, right? And Jerry, same thing. Paulette too, right? I've got lots of people on here that are demonstrators. Okay, so I did the math and I gotta put my ink pads down and grab my piece of paper so that I don't misspeak here. Okay, so that $200 in product, right? $125 in free stuff plus the $75 worth of ink pads, $200. If you came to me with an order for $200, after tax, in Michigan of 6% and 10% shipping, you would pay $233.20 for that product. Now, because it's the starter kit deal, you pay $99 plus 6% sales tax if you're in Michigan, $104.94. That's what you actually pay for $233.20 in product. So I figured this out, right? It's a little over $128 for free with the starter kit. Plus, you then get 20% off of all future orders after that. It's like a total no-brainer. This new annual catalog came out. We have tons of new ink pads, so you can get a whole collection of the brand new ink pads. And then you know what? If you have some of the same ones, give them to a friend, or you can sell them, or you know, whatever you want to do, or keep them if you want doubles of things. Sometimes that's handy too, right? But yeah, it's amazing. The deal is amazing. You get that 20% off of all future orders, and then you could become a member of the Inkspired Stampers too if you buy the starter kit through myself or someone in our Inkspired Stampers group. And then we have a whole nother Facebook group where we do lots of sharing and kind of motivation and tips and ideas. We have a live meeting here in Alma. I'm still trying to figure out how to do like a Facebook Live from our Inkspired Stampers, our group gathering that we do on the third Tuesday of every month. My problem is that at my stamp studio, the internet connection is really bad, and I'm not in charge of that setup, so I'm still trying to figure that out. But my hope is that we can do like Facebook Live from the stamp studio too, when we do our group gatherings each third Tuesday of the month. So it's an awesome group to be a part of. Plus, I spoil you guys, okay? I don't like to really toot my own horn, but not a lot of other people. So in the Inkspired Stampers, when you become a qualified recruit, which is $900 in sales, I give you $25 in free product, whatever you want. I don't know of a lot of other people that do that. When you get to Bronze Elite, which is at $1,800 in rolling 12-month sales, you get another 5% off of all your orders, so you're going to get 25% off of your orders. You get flex points from Stampin' Up, and I give you a $50 shopping spree. Oh my goodness, that's a ton of free product, because those flex points that you get from Stampin' Up mean more free product. Then I just had a gal promote to silver recently, which is, don't misspeak, $3,600 in rolling 12-month sales, and you have to have one recruit. She got a $75 shopping spree from me. Oh my goodness. Plus she gets an Inkspired Stampers t-shirt. She gets more flex points from Stampin' Up. I have a charm necklace or keychain thing that I do where you get charms for your necklace or keychain. So there's just lots of awesome recognition. You get all my to-go kits. The PDF tutorial is free if you're in my downline. If you want the actual parts and pieces for the make and takes, I only charge you $12. You get all the parts and pieces for your make and takes plus the PDF tutorial for free. So there are so many awesome benefits to being an Inkspired Stamper. Plus, you get those 5 free ink pads right now. So I will put the link if anybody's interested. I did do a blog post on the starter kit and being a member of the Inkspired Stampers and all the awesome benefits that you have for being a part of Stampin' Up and being a part of the Inkspired Stampers. So let me know if you have any questions. I'd love to have you join our team, our group. We have so much fun together. And 10 free ink pads. Oh my goodness. So, whew, man, I got a little bit excited about that. It's just such a great deal though. Plus the new ink pads are awesome. Some people say, they're a little bit tight when you first open them. You just have to keep using them. Just keep opening and playing with them, and then they open up much easier the more you use them too. So yeah, awesome. Let me know if you have any questions on that. So I moved my list away and I gotta make sure. Okay, so I think I showed you guys last week, and I just have to tell you. So I uploaded it. Hi Beth, good morning, how are you? It is a beautiful, amazing, perfect day. Don't have the air conditioner running upstairs in the bedroom any longer. It has meant very good night's sleep though, because that thing just drowns out any noise around town. Okay, so this little tree, I know I showed you guys this last week, but I have to tell you, I have the video uploaded to YouTube, so the Gathering Inkspiration Stamp Studio YouTube channel. You can check out exactly how to make that cute little treat bag. There are still chocolates in there too. Oh my gosh, you can't hear them. They're not rattling around. They're probably a little bit soft from the heat, but I was like, gosh, I'm surprised I haven't eaten those yet, but that's good, right? Maybe after Facebook Live, I'll have to get into those chocolates, but okay, let's see what else. Oh, okay, so no online orders last week, so we don't get to do the drawing for the Tropical Escape Designer Series paper, which is kind of a bummer. Hopefully this week, because I've got an awesome prize to give away. So if you put in an online order this week, so anytime like right this minute until next Wednesday at midnight, your name goes in the drawing to win the Very Vintage. This is a Hostess stamp set. So isn't this so pretty? Like all of the detail in the images in here. There's kind of a, and what's cool is that vintage look to it also, like the doily. It's almost, you know, it's like it's a little weathered or worn on that side. There's a little, I don't know, I'm going to call it not a bumblebee, but a bee. There's a stamp that says, "Dear friend, for you, happy birthday, you're a blessing," which, oh, that's very sweet. And then one of the best things in life is you. And then some other really awesome images. So this is the clear mount stamp set. This particular stamp set is a red rubber, which you can see that there, right? So it comes in either wood mount or in clear mount. Good morning, Marianne. How are you this morning? So this is what your name goes into the drawing to win. You just have to put at least a $30 online order in and make sure you use the host code that I'll give you in just a little bit. And that host code is always on my blog too, at Gathering Inkspiration with the K, inkspiration.com. You can always find that host code on there, okay? I just needed to show you guys too, because I don't know, I think they kind of tend to get overlooked, the host stamp sets that are in the back of the catalog. So I've got my annual, my 2018-19 annual catalog, and let me make sure that's the first page. Yeah, so if you happen to have your catalog, if you flip to page, well, 224 has the host reward. So if you put in an order, and this is true if you put in an online order or as a demonstrator, if you put your own order in, host benefits, I don't know if you guys can see that, they start at $150 in terms of an order. You get 10% host rewards. So if you put an exactly $150 order in, 10% would be $15 in free stuff. Then you can use those host dollars to redeem for any of the stamp sets. So can you guys see, like on page 226, and then there's that Very Vintage on page 227, there's another really pretty flower stamp set. I don't even know the names of all of these yet, but they're on the very back of the catalog. And they always give you, I say, more bang for your buck. Here are a couple more. What is this one? The Artfully Folded, so it's like an origami stamp set. Can you see that one? And then a couple more over here too. I love that super cute, what was that one called? The hand delivered. So for example, the hand delivered stamp set. It's a photopolymer stamp set and it only costs you 13 host dollars. That's the only way you can get these stamp sets, is if you put an order in and get host benefits. So the cool part is it's only 13 host dollars. If they were to put this hand-delivered stamp set in the front of the catalog, they call that like a $21 value stamp set. So they would have charged $21 for that stamp set. So that's like an $8 savings on, oops, sorry, that's flipping all over the place, on that super cute stamp set. So if you're a demonstrator, whenever you put at least $150 order in, you get the host benefits. You can get these host stamp sets. If you are a part of any of my clubs, the Simple Beautiful Card Club, the Scrapbook Club, the Memory Keeping Club, the In Color Club, and what's the last one? The Class to Go Club. You get host benefits and you can get those host stamp sets too. So lots of great ways to get these host stamp sets, and they're just, you know, like I said, the price is right on these things. So I am kind of breaking the rules and giving away the Very Vintage host stamp set because I had some extra host dollars and I got this super cute stamp set, and now I want to give it to one of you guys. So it is really pretty, isn't it, Marianne? Yep, I really like it a lot too. So put that online order in of at least $30. Use the host code that's on my blog, and then I'll give you in just a little bit. We'll move the camera down, and your name goes in the drawing to win that Very Vintage host stamp set. Okay. All right, I think we are ready to move the camera down. So let's do that. Bear with me just a sec. Avert your eyes, although you already went on the ride, right? So we got that. We're gonna flip the camera down. Always have to try to get it kind of lined up there. Okay. All right. I think that looks good. I just want to do a quick review of our July calendar because looming in my head, well, I'll tell you about that in just a sec. So obviously we are right here on Friday, July 6th. Next week on the second Wednesday of the month, we have the Simple Beautiful card class anytime from 5 until 9. And 2 days later on Friday the 13th from 1 until 3 o'clock. It's my son Cade's 16th birthday on July 14th. And then let's see what's next. Oh, we're doing a shoebox swap at our group gathering. I had to move that up a night, so we're doing that on Monday, July 16th, because Tuesday night, the 17th, when we typically have our group gathering, the third Tuesday of the month, we are heading down to Detroit to the airport, basically going to stay overnight in the hotel because we have a super early morning flight on Wednesday because we're going to Alaska. We're going to go on the Alaskan cruise, the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip. We're actually going to spend a couple days in Seattle, and then we leave on the 20th. Hop on that ship in Seattle and cruise to Alaska through like the following Friday. So the main reason why I'm telling you guys all this is I won't be able to do Facebook Friday, the live videos on the 20th or the 27th because I'm going to be traveling. Oh, thank you, Marianne. I appreciate that. So I will make sure we'll have a super special, extra special Facebook Live on Friday the 13th there because then we'll be off for a couple of weeks and then we'll be back in August. And then crazy enough, my son is playing in his last basketball tournament in Fort Wayne, Indiana. So literally we get back like late Friday night in Detroit and have to drive to Fort Wayne because he plays basketball on Saturday and Sunday. Oh, it's craziness. And then the last thing that happens in July is the scrapbook and memory keeping classes on the last Tuesday of the month, anytime from 5 until 9. So if you're local and interested in either the Simple Beautiful card class, joining the Inkspired Stampers group and getting those 10 free ink pads, and you can come hang out and play at our shoebox swap, or the scrapbook and memory keeping classes, let me know. I'm happy to get you more info on any of those events that are going on this month in July. Okay. Oh, one other thing. Have you guys heard about the buy 3 get 1 free designer series paper promotion that Stampin' Up! Is having? So you buy 3 packs of designer series paper. Hi, thanks, Jerry. We will. I'm ready. You work so hard all year long, and so I am ready to go relax and enjoy and have some fun with my kiddos. Okay, so back to the designer series paper. Buy 3, get 1 free. Now, it's not all of our designer series paper. I just want to make sure you guys know that. There's a select list of our designer series paper, and I will tell you, I didn't double check, but it's anything that costs $11 for the most part. There might be something that's not included. That was what I didn't double check on. But it's not any of our specialty paper that I think is like $13 or $14, or there's that one Share What You Love pack that's $27. Those are not included. Thank you, Jerry. That's very sweet of you. So I'm going to try to zoom, right? I'm going to zoom in here so you guys can see, right? So these are the packs of paper, and I'll include this link as well in the comments on the YouTube video. Plus, this is all over my blog too. If you go to gatheringinkspiration.com, that's another great resource to get all this info. But we have the Nature's Poem Designer Series paper, Twinkle Twinkle, Under the Mistletoe, Animal Expedition, Best Route, Petal Promenade, Tranquil Textures, Garden Impressions, Tropical Escape, and then the Wood Textures. That's one that's been around since last year too. So any of those packs of paper, if you buy 3 of them, then you get 1 free. So that's the whole month of July. It runs till July 31st, just like the starter kit promotion runs through the whole month of July through July 31st too. So let me know if you have any questions on that. Our paper is awesome. I love it. They've done this the past few years, so we never really know for sure if they're going to do it, but I love that they do it soon enough that probably you haven't gotten all of these packs of paper yet out of the catalog. So great deal there. I love to get the free stuff however we can, right? Okay, so now I have a super special treat to share with you guys. This is, let's see, I'm gonna I have to tease you guys a little bit. This is my latest class to go. So I did upload a YouTube video that explains all of this, but I'm gonna go over it just one time in detail and tell you guys all about. This is the Little Elephant class to go. All right, now I gotta make sure I have all my notes handy here. Okay, so you can get with this class to go. Hi, Bonnie, how are you doing this morning? I hope you're having a good Friday. Okay, so in this, you can get the Clearmount Little Elephant stamp set. And this stamp set, you know, when you first look at it, I think it's part of like the baby and kid section. It is so much more than like baby and kid. So they've got a birthday one that says celebrate your big day. You could send it to my friend. There's a congratulations, which could be used for so many different things. I'll forget you not. I think that's really, really cute. Oh, thank you. I love the colors too, Jerry. Let's see. A little kindness is a big thing. And then there's also a thank you in that little heart right there too. Plus all these other little embellishments that, can you guys see that super teeny tiny little birdie? I kind of picture him like on top of the elephant's back or something. And these are cute. You can put the hearts, like the elephant is trumpeting the hearts out of his trumpet there. And then some balloons, a little umbrella, some flowers, and then the stamps that coordinate, of course, perfectly with the punch. There's the bigger elephant and the little elephant. And then I think this is like a little elephant road. That's all I can think of. It's like the little plaid that the elephants are like walking down the road on. So, okay. And then here is the punch, this super duper sweet elephant punch. And what's funny is you think it's like backwards, but it's not, because when you stamp, do you see how these are going to line up perfectly? There's your stamp, and there's your big elephant, and then this one's maybe, I don't know, is it a little bit harder to see? There's the little baby elephant punch and stamp. So they coordinate perfectly. Okay, these are the cards that we're going to make, and this is what I was saying too. If you buy the starter kit, you can get the PDF tutorial for this class to go for free. Every single month, I do these one a month. You can always get the PDF tutorial for free. And then you can also get the make and take materials, all the parts and pieces to do the make and takes. Those are just $12 if you're in the Inspired Stampers group. The main reason that I do that is so that you can order the stamp and the punch yourself and get your demonstrator discount on those. And then you still can get the PDF that tells you all the colors and dimensions and, you know, sizes of everything and what we used, so that then you can get those other things if you want to run your own class too, for example. So with this class to go, you get 2 of each of these cards. So I'm going to show you the cards, and then I'll tell you all about the options, right? So this card was basically inspired by that ribbon right there. So this is the Gorgeous Grape ribbon, and can you see we use I think you'll see it a little bit better on another card, but we use the new subtle embossing folder on here. So it just basically adds, it's almost like we made the paper have a little bit of texture to it. So this is the congratulations card. You'd make 2 of this card, right? Then I did do a baby card, or maybe you could just do, you know, if you had a little friend you wanted to send a card to, a little grandkid or something. I think this would be really cute that you could send to them, the hello little one, with, I love that that's the tufted embossing folder. It looks like a mattress to me. And then some of the baker's twine, that's the Pool Party and Silver baker's twine. I love that baker's twine. And then here's another fun one. This is a great birthday card, I thought, with the little balloons and the little baby elephant there. This is some of the, I think it's petal pink. I don't know. It's one of our pinks, one of our soft pinks. You can make it, because I think this is powder pink cardstock, so you can't even tell if it's not exactly the right pink. So, but I think it's petal pink and silver baker's twine. But here's more of that texture. So can you guys kind of see? It's like you can really feel it with that subtle embossing folder. That's the texture on that one with all those cute circles on there. And then last one is a cute little thank you. The little elephant is trumpeting his thank you. And then my favorite, love that granny apple green, kind of a textured ribbon. Okay, so 2 of each of those you would make, right? Okay, options. So option number 1 gets you the little elephant stamp set, the elephant builder punch, And then you're also going to get, because I used some new ink pad colors, so I'm trying to make sure you guys have these. What's Jerry saying? Nice, bold, but subtle for, yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so you also get these 3 ink pads because you need them. If you don't already have them, this is a great option for you. So you get Gorgeous Grape ink, Gray Granite ink, and then Blueberry Bushel ink, okay? And what else? Ooh, then I also throw in a bolt of, this is, let me make sure, yep, the Silver and Pool Party Baker's Twine. You get the Baker's Twine for free. So stamp set, punch, 3 ink pads, make and takes for 4 cards, 2 of each of them, plus the PDF tutorial. This Baker's Twine is thrown in. Option number 1 is $77. Okay, option number 2 does not include the twine because that's the one I'm throwing in for free with the big option number 1. If you already have the ink pads and don't need these, we're going to take those out. So option number 2 is the stamp set, the punch, and then make and takes for all 4 cards, 2 of each of them, plus the PDF tutorial. That option number 2 is $51. Option number 3 is if you don't want the punch, I will do your punching for you, and then you do have to stamp kind of inside these things, or you just have a piece of paper and then you can cut around once you do your stamping, okay? So option number 3 is just the stamp set, and then the make and take materials for all 4 cards, 2 of each of them, plus the PDF tutorial. That option is $35. Now option number 1, 2, and 3 all ship priority mail for just $7. Obviously, if you're local to me, we don't need to ship. We can just put it down at the studio for you to pick up, and then that $7 shipping fee is waived. Option number 4 is if you just want the tutorial, so you don't want any of the product, you just want the step-by-step how to make each of these cards, but you're not going to get any of the make and take materials. And I will tell you that the PDF tutorials are always available. You can always get those on the YouTube channel. With any of the videos that I have on there, those tutorials are available, you know, for forever, basically, so long after the RSVP is done. That option is $15 just for the tutorial. And then option number 5, like I said, is for anybody that's in the Inkspired Stampers group. You get the PDF tutorial and then the make and take supplies for all 4 cards, 2 of each of them. That option is just $12. So if you're not an Inkspired Stamper and you want to become one, go ahead and do that. And then you can get the PDF tutorials and the make and take supplies if you so choose. Okay, let's see. Last, to let you guys know about, RSVPs for this Little Elephant class to go are due by Friday, July 27th. And then I'll have everything ordered and cut and prepped and packed and shipped out by Wednesday, August 8th. So you've got some time to think about it. Let me know if you have any questions. I'd love to get you one of these to-go kits with this super cute stamp set. Oh, the other thing too is if you have happened to already buy the Little Elephant stamp set and punch, we can make substitutions. So pick any of those options and I'll tell you the product value that you can get. If you go over, you can just pay the difference too. So maybe you already have this and you want the to-go kit. We can get you something else fun to play with instead too. Okay? So awesome, super cute class to go. I'm really, really excited. I just had so much fun playing with that one too. All right, I think I'm gonna pull out, are we ready? Yeah, I think we're ready to do some stamping. I bet you guys are ready too, right? So here is the host code. Let's get this in view here, right? That's still good. Okay, so don't forget, if you put at least a $30 online order in by next Wednesday at midnight, you're going to get the projects that I'm going to demonstrate right now. Make sure you use this host code. It's VACWEN7Z, and your name is also entered into the drawing to win the Very Vintage stamp set, right? If you bump your order up to $50, you also get a free embellishment from me, right? Okay, so let me show you. I'm going to scoot this up a little bit. I'll keep the host code so you guys can still kind of see that if you need it. And that's the host code that's always on my blog at gatheringinkspiration.com too. Okay, so you guys, when I got, this is a swap card that I received from Lori Service is her name. This is cute. She has a website called scrapsbysissy.com. I haven't checked that out, but I bet she's got some fun projects on there based on how cute this card is right here. So I love this stamp set. This is from the Enjoy Life stamp set. So you can see, and I love how she layered too, like those, I call them weeds. You know, it's almost like you're at the lake and the things that grow up around the edge of the lake, right? So whatever those are, the flowers, leaves, weeds. And then the How Beautiful a Day Can Be When Kindness Touches It, that stamp that she layered over top there too. What else? She used some more of, I think I've used this so many times, but I can't stop using it, the Garden Impressions Designer Series paper. And then I loved this color combination. It's a basic black, Pacific Point, and then this is Mango Melody. So let me go ahead. I'm going to get started and show you guys how we're going to put this one together here. Let me get everything out that we need. And I don't believe this one we don't even need the Big Shot for. So that is, I love that too, to be able to show you guys that you can make really cute cards if you don't have the Big Shot or you don't want to pull it out. You know, you can make gorgeous cards without the Big Shot too. Stamps, ink, and paper, and it looks like a little bit of twine and a couple of rhinestones there too. So a couple of little extra embellishments. Okay, I'm going to tell you about sizes first of all. Okay, so here is our basic black. Normally I have the other card open, but this one is still in my little cello. So pretend, here's my cardstock that measures 8.5 by 11. We cut it in half at 5.5 inches, and then we score it in half at 4.25 inches to make our fold in our card, right? Okay, then we have a piece of Pacific Point cardstock that measures 4 inches by 5.25 inches. Okay. Oh, let's see. She's saying, oh, Marianne, that's cute. The mango is really looking more and more necessary to me in your supplier. I know. I keep using it too because I love it. It was one of those first colors that really kind of drew my eye, but I can see how maybe other people are a little hesitant. It's pretty bright. So, okay, and the other thing I loved was that she made, so you see the Pacific Point a little bit more. Normally, it's about 1/4 inch graduated in between each of those layers, but this Mango Melody is a little bit more. It's actually like 3/8 inch. So it is measuring at 4 7/8 by 3 5/8. So you see a little bit more of that Pacific Point around there. I liked that. Thought that was kind of a cool way to layer that, because normally I would cut this at 4 3/4 by 5, but we went in just a little bit, another 1/8 inch. Okay. And all right, let's see. Let me give you a couple more because all of these are pretty precise. So this black strip measures, this is another one, 1 1/4 by 4 7/8. And then our Garden Impressions Designer Series paper measures 1 inch by 4 7/8. Oh, I'm glad that you like the measurements. I know it's easier for me to do them live than to type it all up, honestly, Marianne. Okay, and then the black piece measures 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and then the white piece measures 2.5 by 2.5. Okay, so we can do, basically there's like a little bit of stamping and then we can put everything together. So let's do this one first. So we've got our Mango Melody ink. I'm going to open up my ink pad, and where'd they go? Right here. Okay. So I'm going to do my, I don't know, weeds. I'm calling them weeds. I'm going to stamp my weeds right on kind of the center of it all, right there. Okay, beautiful. I'm going to scoot this guy out of the way, and then in my black StazOn ink, we are going to stamp our sentiment that says, "How beautiful a day can be when kindness touches it." I inked this up last night, and hopefully, I feel like it should have a lot of ink. We'll see how this comes out, right? Ooh, okay. That ink is so sticky. I think we're all right. It kind of like jumped back on the page there for a sec. And then our little butterfly, we got to add him right up there. Okay, so there we go. That is our stamping. Oh, and let me grab my Simply Chamois, ladies, and I'm going to do my cleaning of my stamps. So I'm just going to rub that guy right on there. And let's see. Oh, he's clean, right? That black is a little bit hard to tell. Those photopolymer stamps, they get so stained, it's like they look like maybe they're still dirty. So I did, Marianne, I've kind of been running a test because you were asking about whether it gets moldy, mildewy, and it has not yet. What happened was it almost got like a little bit hard, like around the edge, but then I just got it wet and now it's super soft and spongy again. So you can see this is the back side and it's not moldy or mildewy at all. And then this is the side that I've been using, but I just rinsed it. It got a little bit of green ink in my sink and no big deal. So I think we're doing all right, having it be a little bit damp. It is drying out a little bit. Well, you can see there. Now I've added some Mango Melody to my Simply Chamois. Okay, so I'm just rubbing on there and then we're just gonna do that and it's clean, working really well. Okay, moving that guy out of the way. I think I moved, you guys can still see, right? Oh, the other piece too, gosh, you know what? I cleaned that off, but I think I wanna do this. Good, Paulette, you love your chamois. I know, me too. On the inside, because it's a black card, I just cut another piece of 4" by 5 1/4" Whisper White cardstock. So I think I want to put the weeds in here too. So hold on, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put the weeds down in the corner. There. Okay. Now we are all set with our stamping. Okay. I think we can go ahead and put things together. Here's my adhesive. All of a sudden I was like, oh no, maybe I forgot my adhesive. Okay, so we're gonna put some adhesive on the back of this piece and pop him inside our card. Okay, so then we can write on the inside, right? And people actually be able to see. Plus I love, like not, you know, if this were a card that I was gonna keep in my stash, I probably would maybe cut this and stamp it but not adhere it, because then if I write something and I don't like how I slant off the the page or something, I can flip it over and use the other side. So I tend to not adhere these until I'm ready to actually send it, so then I've got a second chance if I don't write very well, or if I write something silly and I'm embarrassed and need to change what I write. Okay, so we're going to add some adhesive on the back of this guy. This was our Whisper White piece going on our basic black frame. Okay, and then we'll adhere these guys. So this is our Garden Impression Designer Series paper going on a strip of basic black cardstock. Okay, we can put, yep, this one goes right on our Mango Melody piece. Maybe right about there. I'm trying to do it like she did because I really love how her card turned out. Okay, add some more adhesive back here and put Mango Melody on the, and can you guys see how that's peeking out a little bit more on that Pacific Point piece? This one, I think I want to put on dimensional. She did not, but I don't think she did. Maybe she did. It's a little bit hard to tell when it's in those clear envelopes. Okay, so I'm putting this on our card base. So now you can see the layering a little bit better too. I just love that extra little, it's 1/8 of an inch. That's the difference between the black to the Pacific Point and then the Pacific Point to the Mango Melody. So it's really not much of a difference, but it's funny how it looks like quite a bit of a difference. Okay, so we're gonna put a couple of dimensionals on the backs of these guys, right? And then we have to add our final finishing touches. Okay, oh my gosh. There's just something so striking about this card. I just love it. Okay, it's that color too. It's the mango, I think it's the Mango Melody and that Pacific Point. Such a kind of an interesting color combination. Okay, so we're gonna do a double bow. So I'm basically just doubling up my baker's twine, right? And I'm gonna make a bow, and it's always easier to have too much to work with than not enough. So this will probably end up being bigger than I need it to be, but that's all right. We can trim off the ends of it. Okay, just trying to get it tight enough. Kind of pulling on those things. Okay, let me grab my scissors. cut that one in half. I'm going to trim those down to maybe right about there. And actually, we're going to trim those off a little bit too. Okay. Get those guys. I don't need those little bits. And I'm going to use a glue dot. A lot of times the glue dots are too big with the baker's twine, but since I've doubled this up, I think there's enough of a knot back there to kind of hide. I just don't like having that adhesive sticking out. Where's the next glue dot? There it is. Okay. So this thing goes right about there. Those cute little, oh my gosh. So cute. And then where are my, here, my rhinestones? We are going to put a couple of, these are, I love this, just kind of sprinkled on. You know what I need to do? I feel like I need to put one right there. You guys can't see it, but there's a little smudge from when my stamp kind of jumped up off the the page there. I'm going to put it, there, put it right there. Okay. So the rhinestones, and then she actually, you probably can't even really see, but she used a little bit of Wink of Stella. So I've got my little Wink of Stella pen. This, I think, is the way, I've heard people say don't shake it, like don't shake it so much. That's upside down. This is a good way, just kind of roll it in your hands and it kind of activates it. Oh, I thought that was upside down. Okay, so we are just going to color. Now I'm afraid if I squeeze this thing, there's going to be like a huge blob there. I'm getting just a little bit, kind of a nice little squeeze. And this is going to be one that I think you're going to be able to see a little bit better once it dries. But I loved just that little touch of extra. Let me show you on this one. Are we going to be able to see? Maybe not. There's just a little bit of shimmer on that little baby black butterfly. I don't know if you can see it on this one now. I see it just a little bit, but it's more like off camera. I think I can see it. Anyway, that's one of those, I promise it's there and it adds just a little extra sparkle to the card. So if you put your online order in, I'm going to send you one of these cards for free. And then don't forget also the super summer giveaway drawing. If you create a project that looks similar to this, either in the layout or you use the same stamps that I used here, then your name goes in the drawing to win fun prizes in the super summer giveaway drawing. That drawing I'm going to do at the end of the summer. So every single Friday that I do these videos, if you make a project similar, your name, 2 entries go in the drawing to win fun product that I'll be giving away in September. Okay, let's scoot this stuff out of the way. Thank you, Marianne. I'm glad you like that. Okay. Get this stuff out of the way so I can show you our next project. So I know I showed, well here, oh, hold on. I need a sip of water. Make sure if you need the host code, jot that down right there, okay? Okay, too much talking. Okay. So I've been promising, you know how I said I did a swap a couple of weeks ago? I've been holding out on you guys. I've been showing you just a little bit each week. So not that I'm showing you a ton more, but these are all featuring, let me find it. So we used this last week too, but we used some of these flowers here last week, and we're going to use these cute little babies and this right here. I'll show you in a sec. But I love this Abstract Impressions stamp set. I think it is just gorgeous. So here are a couple of swaps that I received that use that Garden Impression Designer Series paper, and then here they did some stamping with those bigger flowers there also. And then I just love, I mean, the color combination obviously was driven based off of the colors in this paper, and I love this layout too. There's another card I'll show you in just a sec. I wonder if this is in the catalog, like the basic layout, because it's kind of amazing that 2 people made cards very similar in layout. But let's see, this one was made by, let's see, Kathy Schaefer at Kathy's Stampin' Oasis. Sorry, I'm looking at it and it's not quite in the view, is it? I don't know if she has a blog or not. It kind of doesn't look like, maybe she does, but that's okay. So super cute. I love like the color combination. Beautiful. Actually, I'm going to show you. I had separated them out, but here's the other one. So can you see the layout is basically the same? This one has the kindness changes everything, but then she used some different colors Oh my gosh, this paper is just gorgeous, right? So this one, oh, well maybe that's why. Okay, I got 2 of her swap cards. That's kind of funny. Well, that explains that then, right? So Kathy, right? Kathy Schaefer again. Yep. So I bet because she only had so much designer series paper, so she had to do same layout in different color combinations. So, okay, well that explains that. I was like, seriously, how did that same layout come through 2 times? Now this one's just super, super simple with some designer series paper and the little thank you with the wash behind it. And then that cute flower, that abstract flower, really, really sweet. And this is Janet and Angie or Angie, I'm not sure how you say her last name. She does nice work. I really like that swap. And then here, this is one I've seen. Can you guys, I think it's maybe called handwritten, so it's kind of like cursive writing. I have no idea. I haven't looked that closely to see what it even says. But this is a background stamp that I have to have now. I've seen it used a couple of different times, and I'm like, oh, okay, this one is on the list now, right? I love it. So cute. And this one is by Alejandro Gomez at Creating with Allie. Yep, creatingwithallie.com. Super, super cute and simple, right? It's all stamping with a little bit of twine, but that background does so much for it, I think. So, okay, so those were the swaps that I wanted to show you because this is the card that I am going to demonstrate today. Now, I saw this on Pinterest or Facebook, and I forgot to note who I'm casing this from, so I apologize. This is not my original work, but I loved like the white. So this is a piece of our thick Whisper White cardstock with another piece of the regular white cardstock that is embossed with the, what's that embossing folder called? It is the Pinewood Planks embossing folder. This is one of those thick embossing folders, so I've got my little note to only use one clear cutting pad on that. So let's go ahead and, what are we going to do first? We're actually going to do our stamping because I want to stamp all of this, and then I'm going to do the die cutting around it with the stitched shape, the square stitch shape framelit. Okay, so let's get all of our pieces here. Make sure I have everything. Get all my stamps out. Okay, so we are using Lovely Lipstick ink and Granny Apple Green. I think that's such a pretty color combination. Okay, and I'm going to use my Stampin' Pierce net because I felt like that helped me a little bit when I was putting this card together yesterday. And I've got a little scrap piece of paper. I'll show you why. I'm trying to preserve. I'm too cheap. I don't want to use a new one of these grid papers every week, so I'm like, oh, I wish you guys didn't see that, but you probably don't even really care, but it bugs me a little bit. Okay, so we have, this is just like a piece of Whisper White cardstock. Okay, that first of all, let's see, we're going to use our Granny Apple Green ink. Okay, so I use the same color ink on both of them, but can you kind of see the light and dark shading on that? I'll show you how we're going to get that. So we're going to ink this up in our Granny Apple Green, but then I'm going to stamp it off there, and then I'm going to stamp it, okay? And I'm going to do that again because it was hard to, yeah, that's good. Okay, now I needed it wider. Does that make sense? And then we're going to put our framelit over top of it. Okay, so this one I'm inking up fully in my Granny Apple Green ink. And the cool part about this is you kind of can't screw it up. So you can kind of line up and see about where you want to put it, but I don't know. I think everyone is perfect no matter where you stamp it. Okay, so that's it. Granny Apple Green ink, just the first one was stamped off and the other one was not, okay? Then same idea with our Lovely Lipstick ink, okay? So we have our flowers. We are going to ink this up fully in Lovely Lipstick. Then we're going to stamp it off, and then we're going to add those, okay? One more time, stamp it off, and add those there, okay? Now we're going to get this other little guy that's going to, actually I think it goes, does it go that way? I think it goes that way. Ink it up fully, and then line it up. Ooh, I was closer. I thought I was still hovering over top further than I actually was. There. So that's it, right? That was the basic idea. I think she, on this card, just didn't stamp off. She just used that first stamp kind of all the way through. And I like, you see the difference? So that's just with the one big stamp not stamped off, and here's mine with the big stamp stamped off, and then the smaller one not stamped off. If I said that right, hopefully. Okay, so now we're gonna do our die cutting. Yep, I'm gonna grab my Big Shot because I'll show you why I stamped it that way. Let me do our cutting here. Let's get these guys out of the way. All right, so we've got our Big Shot. Got my magnetic platform. I'm gonna just put that right on there. So I've got my stitched shape framelits. And this is the largest square in there. So can you see, if I had only stamped it once, there's gonna be a bunch of white space. So I'm gonna kind of move this to get the most color, I guess, that I can, right? So you could stamp it once if you didn't mind having a little bit of white space. But I kind of liked, I'm pretty sure that's how she did it too. That she did a couple of them there. Okay. All right, so we cut that guy. Right. So there's that piece with all the, can you guys see the stitched edge around there? Okay. Then with just another kind of scrap piece of our lovely lipstick cardstock, we are going to use, I think it's the very largest. Let me make sure, because that's the other one. Yep, this is the largest scallop square. You know what I need to do? All right, we'll cut this. I forgot I needed to stamp my thank you, but we'll cut this one, and then we're going to stamp our thank you, and I'll show you what framelit we used to cut that guy out too. Whoops, things are moving on me. Okay, this guy here. So that one's going to pop right out too. Okay, there's our lovely lipstick scallop square, right? Then, you know what? I'm going to be crazy and stamp right on here because I think I can do it. I'm going to grab my lovely lipstick ink. Okay, and I've got my thank you. Nice, easy tap, tap, tap. Let's see how this works, huh? Stamp that. Okay, good. Shoo! All right, now we're going to die cut this guy because I forgot. This is just a little strip, like a 1-inch wide strip of Whisper White cardstock, and we are going to use the Petals and More Thinlits dies. I love doing this. So you guys can see I have yet to even show you the awesome framelits that go with that abstract impression stamp set, but I love that we can use some things that we already have and bring in some new things, and they all work really well together. So this one, you may have already gotten this set of framelits back with the Occasions catalog this winter and spring, but this is just a really awesome little label framelit here, and our thank you fits perfectly. Why does that feel like it's moving? I think I'm going to flip this, see if that'll help it. There. It didn't feel like it was kind of suctioning down very well, but now we're good. Okay, so there's our thank you. We're going to put that guy right on there, and then we have one more thing we need to do. Let's make sure that did cut. Okay, it was so easy. It almost didn't seem like it cut for me. Okay, so we've got all that. Now we're going to do our embossing of our Whisper White piece. So I've got my regular Big Shot platform, not the magnetic platform. You will ruin your folders if you try to use the magnetic platform when you're doing your embossing. So this is a piece of, this is 4" by 5 1/4. You can see that's what I do. So, oops, sorry, I think I wiggled something there. It's just graduated in 1/4 inch around the card. So the card measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and this piece measures 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. Okay. All right, here's my embossing folder. I'm like, where did it go? So the Pinewood planks, we want the planks to go kind of vertical on our Whisper White piece. So we're putting that in there like that. Actually, let's go that way. Okay, oops, we only need one of these. Woohoo, this is my thick one. Okay, so pull that out, put that guy on top, move the other one out of the way so we're not tempted. That's the other way that you'll break your embossing folder. And I am going to run this back and forth through here. I want to make sure it's nicely embossed. I love, it seems very like shabby chic. This paper is very shabby chic now, I think, with that kind of wood texture on the white like that. I think that is so pretty. Just really struck me when I saw that card online. I thought, oh, what a cute, simple one to do. Okay, so let's see. Do we have all of our pieces? I think we do. This was just a piece of the Whisper White thick cardstock. Always, this is the super simple, easy, right? Cut it in half at 5.5 inches along the 11-inch side, and then score it in half at 4.25 inches along the 8.5-inch side, okay? So the card could go this way or this way, right? When you do that cutting. All right, so there's that guy. We are gonna add a bunch of adhesive to this piece because it has all that texture on it, right? So since we can't use, I still have my fast fuse, but I'm trying not to show it in too many videos. You just have to use a little bit more adhesive now, but that's okay. You don't want it like popping up off of there, okay? Then we are gonna put some adhesive on the back of this little guy right here and add him. I love the sweet, I've been using these squares more lately. The circles, I use those like crazy, but I've been seeing a lot of ideas with the squares, and I love those too. Okay, so simple, just a, you know, some big shot work on this guy, right? But still stamps, ink, and paper for the most part. Oops, we're just gonna put some dimensionals behind all of these guys and then put them on our card. And we have got another super cute, simple, this is a great thank you card too, because it's not too complicated. You can see I'm a pretty simple stamper. I don't want it to take forever. I don't mind that sometimes, but you know, if you want to send a bunch of thank you cards out, they can't take forever to make them, right? Or you wouldn't get them all sent out. Oops, I feel like that's not quite centered. I gotta move that over a tiny, tiny bit. There, okay, perfect, yay, oh my goodness. Oh yes, I do love those embossing folders. I use them all the time, that is for sure, Marianne. Oh my goodness. So I hope you enjoyed this card too that features that awesome abstract impressions stamp set. And again, don't forget your name goes in the drawing. 2 entries in the Super Summer Giveaway drawing if you make a card similar to this, maybe in layout, use the same stamp set. Oh, thank you, Sandra. I'm glad you like both of these cards. So speaking of both of these cards, right? Remember, I'll do a quick recap here for you guys. Right? If you put at least a $30 online order in by next Wednesday at midnight, you are going to get, where did it go? I had it right in my hand. You're going to get both of these projects that I demonstrated in today's video. Make sure you use this host code. The only reason you wouldn't want to use this is if you put an order of over $150 in, then don't use the host code because then you can get your own host benefits. I'll still send you the projects. And then obviously your order would be over $50. So anytime your order is over $50, you're going to get a free embellishment from me, okay? But if it's under $150, make sure to use that host code because then you get the projects that I demonstrate, you get the free embellishment, and woo, 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 your name goes in the drawing to win the very vintage stamp set. You guys want to see that one more time? I love all of, look at that cute little, I feel like there's a punch. I feel like there's a punch that works with that. It's kind of funny. I'm going to have to find that for you guys. I almost ordered it, or maybe I did. Hopefully I did. But it's a stamp set and a punch that come in a really awesome tin. And that's the only way you can get the punch is you got to buy the stamp set and the tin, and then the punch is in there too. So I feel like maybe that's going to go with that. We shall see. But beautiful stamp set. So thank you so much for watching today. I hope you guys have a great Friday. As always, a great weekend. I hope you had a fabulous 4th of July, or maybe you're continuing your holiday celebrations. So thank you again, and we will see you guys next Friday. Don't forget to comment and share the video. We'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.